Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Norris. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to be here today, back home, back settled, and ready to say hello, hello, Chanley. It's nice to see you. Ready to check in and just see what's going on with everybody. It seems like for me, the past week has been an exercise. Well, maybe the past few weeks has been a bit of an exercise in assholes are everywhere, but not everyone's an asshole kind of thing. Pardon my language. It's just been kind of a trick, but everything's good. I mean, I'm fine. I'm really blessed. I don't know why it's just been one of those serenity test kind of periods in my life. I don't know about you guys. So before we get started, I'm just going to do a quick reading for the energy. I know we're going to be going into a moon change here in Gemini with all kinds of new possibilities coming to the fore. So I'm happy to know about that, and hoping same good things for y'all. Okay, so here we go with the energy reading for today. Building blocks is number one. That's the energy that we're in right now. We are getting everything set up, in place, ready to rock and roll right on into the summer months and start manifesting stuff. Yeah, hi, Sherry. Yeah, it does sound like retail. Oh, gosh. Hi, Christina. It's nice to see you. But going future, I'm just going to do a bumper card. Oh, this is really interesting. Message in a bottle. That means could be looking beyond the surface, looking beneath the surface, looking for what little possibilities that might be popping up that we just might overlook to begin with. So let's kind of be on the lookout for any ways to manifest and get our dreams coming true, make our dreams coming true, or keep the good times rolling if that's the case in your life. Hello, Pure Joy LN. Good afternoon. I'm glad y'all are here today. It's been a beautiful day here. We're starting to get summer. Down in the Keys, it's starting to be definitely summer. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you guys would like to post questions, please feel free to do so. I mean, there's just lots of stuff going on, and I'm happy to tap into the energy and see if I can get a reading for you. MW, hi MW, I'm glad you're here. Let's see, Donna, my boy Zeke, 8-year-old husky, goes through periods of not eating or what appears to be picky eating. We're not sure if he just gets tired of certain foods or if he has a larger digestive issue. Well, let me see if I can bring Zeke in real quick. MW? So as he comes in, he's got his head up, he's looking around, he's sniffing around, he's got, energy to him and a purpose to his step. There's no feeling of dis-ease, if you know what I mean. I'm not feeling that at all. I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling happy. And he's showing me right now a happiness with his routine. He likes his favorite place to take a nap. It's near a light source, like a window or a door that's left open so that he can see or whatnot. Or anyway, it's near an open space, a door or window to an open space. He enjoys that place. I'm just going to feel into his body with his permission and see how things go with what's going on with his tummy. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So what I'm being made to understand here is that when sometimes he's full still from, be it snacks or treats or the previous meal, when mealtime comes around, and it's just like he's just not into it, not as hungry. And then it's like stuff starts churning up, and you know how you can get a sour stomach? Sometimes it feels like a sour stomach. And it's all those, because his body is still looking for food to digest. And so then that starts giving him like this upset stomach kind of a thing. and it feeds on itself. So if I might suggest maybe trying some boiled chicken with him, just to try to entice him to go ahead and eat chicken and rice is always good. And put that out there for him, not no spices or anything like that, just the chicken and the rice, to kind of get the tummy full, soak up that acid that's starting to accumulate maybe an hour or so after his mealtime if he's not eating. Because his overall general feeling and general state is that he's happy. I don't know if that makes sense, NW, but feel free to provide any feedback in the comments. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top, and I'm going to remember now to post the ones there, put them up on the screen for y'all. Chanley would like to hear a message from his brother Sambeth in spirit. Okay, let's see if we can bring Sambeth forward. He's coming forward kind of like this, you know, like getting in here, feeling into me. So nice to meet you. And I'm seeing motion like he's expressing with his hands. I don't know if he's one of those people that talks with his hands a lot, but I'm getting that emotive, expressive feeling of like there's so much. And I'm being made aware that he feels like he's so free. He's so big, and this whole place is so amazing, so big. Can't see the end of it, kind of thing. And he's busy. He is staying busy. So when I move into his message for you, he's saying that keep your mind occupied. See how you can be of help. Like, see how you can be of help to others, but also don't neglect your own stuff in that you need to get done. And don't doubt yourself. He's saying, you know the right thing. You know the next indicated thing to do. And you got this. So I hope that makes sense for you, Chanley. Thank you for asking the question. And thank you, Sambeth, for coming in for us. All right. That's a great way to start off. Da-da-da. Happy Sunday. It is a happy Sunday. Pamela Bryant. Hi, Pamela. Nice to see you here. May I please ask for a community hug? On Wednesday, I had to put my beloved Chaz down. Oh my gosh, Pamela, I am so sorry to hear that. Yes, of course. We will be sending you love and energy. And I would just ask Archangel Azrael to come in. And he is the angel that helps us process through grief and to help us bring comfort and sustain our faith during these times of loss. And so I just ask him to come and just wrap his wings around you like a big protective blanket to help you through this time. And as you're probably aware already, it will come in tidal waves at first, and then but it's not something that you can just kind of deal with in a day or two or a week even, or and be over it. It's just like losing a person. I know you know that, and I'm really sorry. I'm sure he was just an amazing guy. And yeah, your angels are saying there's no second guessing. Everything happened the way it was supposed to. His soul made a decision that it was time. He welcomed that it was time. He had been sending a signal. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but there was like a look that passed between you. And so I guess that must have been when you kind of knew. And it's really, we think that, you know, I don't know how humans feel about it. Everybody's different, but they feel like it's a beautiful release that you love them enough to help them when their bodies are not able, you know, to go ahead and take themselves out. And they're not out in the wild anymore, so they can't fall prey to another animal, and God knows we wouldn't want them to, right? This, to me, the way we are able to say goodbye, um, be it with euthanasia or in our arms at home, everybody's different and every situation's different. It, to me, is a much kinder, gentler, more loving way to let go of our animals than it ever used to be in years and decades past. So please know that our hearts are with you, and there's no second guessing, as your guides have said. So, gosh, be well. And if you would like to be on my Reiki list, I'd be happy to send you, healing energy through the end of this month and even into next month. Just email me at the end of the month if you want to stay on the list. That's what everybody else does. And let me know how you're doing and that you want to stay on. And I'm happy to do that too. I'm going to put my email address in here so y'all can see it. Whoops. Helps if I spell it right. And Reiki is like a gentle form of energy healing. And what it does is that spirit works through me as I send my energy as a conduit out to the people on my list. And the illness can be, or a state of disease can be physical. It can also be emotional, like with grief, or even spiritual. And it can be to bring about, to help manifest, just whatever it is that you feel like you need an extra energy boost with. Feel free to email me or just put your comment here if you'd like to be added, and I'll be happy to add you to my list. I know it's hard when you feel like you can't stop crying, Pamela. It's just, tears are to me a mark of the depth of our love and the depth of our mutual devotion. And so you have a lot to release because you had a lot of depth and connection to your love. It will come to abate somewhat, and it will get different, and it will get less and less. And then after the crushing waves of grief have passed, then you'll start to be able to see and remember the joyous times and all the happy things and beautiful parts of your time together with Chaz. So I just I pray for you during this time of grief and send you positive love and healing energy. Sorry for your loss. Okay, Venus. Hi, Donna. May I have guidance on what would help me regarding my 3 current jobs? Oh gosh, you're busy. I feel I'm starting to burn myself into the ground. I know I'm not supposed to be working this hard, but I have debt. God bless you for doing what you need to do to get yourself out of debt. But that is some tough going. Let's see what the cards say, and then I'll tap into your guides real quick. So the general energy was building blocks and message in a bottle. There could be some guidance that you're getting, that, subtle signals that your guides might be sending to you. So you might want to be watching for that. That could be a message in a bottle type of thing. Let's see what the cards say. A leg up. Boy, I know you could use a leg up. I used to really appreciate this. Leg up. And you see those flags at the top. If you guys have heard me read from this deck before, you know that flags on a card means a harbinger of change. So it's not going to stay this way for very much longer. There's going to be a shift, and a leg up is a positive shift. There's going to be something coming around, either a possibility of doing debt reduction negotiation or something along those lines, or a payment plan that would allow you to at least have some time to yourself and some time to rest. So let's get through here. See what your guides say. First of all, they want to acknowledge you and give you props for doing what it takes, working to get yourself out of this. They're making me feel like it's not something that you did all by yourself, but you seem to be the one digging yourself out of the hole by yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but This is one of those, wow, this is one of those big boulders in your in your flow of life. You know, sometimes as we're in the flow of life, in the stream of life, you know, we'll go around a rock, or a hard place or a curve, and this is like a boulder in the middle of the stream. But that once you get around it, you're going to be a lot more discerning about how much you allow yourself, to put yourself out there, to extend yourself. You're going to be a lot more cautious about extending yourself in the future. So congratulations on having learned that and knowing where you're going, because they've got your back. And leg up means there's something coming up, hopefully in the near future. I look forward to hearing back from you that something has shifted and changed. Angela C says, hi. Hi, Angela C. I'm glad you're here. Oh, thank you, Christina, for the reminder. Hi, Seascape. Oh my gosh, haven't seen you in a little bit. Pamela, I hope you're seeing these messages in the feed for you. Lots of love being sent to you. Sherry Nighty says, Nadine, one of these days I'm going to learn how to pronounce your name, girl. Wonder if my first Sheltie Basil, aka Basil Gnawbone, named after Basil Rathbone, has any messages for me. Let's see. So Basil comes like he's zooming across a prairie or something, this big open space, and running full tilt. And then doing this thing like turning a couple of circles, just playful and lively. Super happy to make this connection with you. There's this magenta cord coming out toward your energy. That's the big, you know, super wonderful relationship, love and devotion between you and your animal. I see it a lot in private readings, so it's kind of cool that it's coming through for you here in this mini reading. He he has a message, he has a question or a comment, I guess. Not sure if you have noticed that one of your current dogs or your current dog is kind of taking a page out of his book, and it's like he's coming in to check on things, and these two are like in cahoots, and the current dog is doing some of the behaviors that the new dog or old that he used to do, sorry. And yeah, reminds you of him, inspires you like he inspired you. Isn't that sweet? Definitely inspiring love. Like your relationship with your new dog, the current dog is, or animal, I guess. I'm not even getting clear thing that it's a dog, but is also inspiring. The relationship is deep and wonderful, but different than your relationship with Basil was. And he's wants you to know he's still there and still wanting to work on whatever it is you want to work on from the other side. They have a lot more creativity and freedom, now that they're in spirit. So feel free to ask for his help and guidance too. You know, our past animals still want to keep working with us on our soul lesson, even after they cross over. So thank you, Sherry. I hope that helps. Let's see. Oh gosh, things are piling up. I am so excited that y'all are here and happy to do these readings. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Angela C says, I am worried about my retirement 401k and the stock market this summer. How do you think see things happening in the economy in general? Thank you. Oh gosh. I'm worried about my 401k too, to tell you the truth. But I do see things bouncing back. I hope you're not like 65 like I am and getting ready to, you know, tap into some of your 401k, because it's going to take about 6 years, I think, for us to fully recover from the effects of what's going to happen in the next couple of years, if that makes sense. I feel like the economy is slowing down, but so are we. The American people are slowing down. The world economy is also slowing down. You know, the ripple effect of the other countries around the world learning how to have new relationships and new trading partners with other countries since, you know, things are going on with us. They're just learning to trade with each other. So they're all, and everybody around the world collectively is like taking a step back and reevaluating and going slower. Yeah, there's just going to be less spending, less, yeah, just seeing like less travel, more conservative approach to our own little sphere. And that's what I see for you and for me and for the American people and the world in general. We're all just taking a step back, just so I don't know if you have any control over how your 401k is invested or if you just put it in a mutual fund and then you just kind of hide and wait or watch. But if you have any control, or maybe this message is for those of y'all out there who are in the stock market and do have control, like as you make things back, and get back to where you were, you might consider like shifting that money out of the stock market for the next couple of years and put it into a CD. So some stocks have bounced back. Many have not, but some have. So just keep an eye on that. And the guides are saying that that would be something good that you could do. Just shift it out and shift it into a CD and keep watching. You can always put it back in later, but at least you know it's there and it's stable and it's solid. Yeah. Thank you. Tricky question. Yeah, but thank you for the question, Angela. I appreciate it. Seascape says, I'm finally retiring. Yay, you. Will it inspire me to open doors for opportunity? Ooh. Well, they say their game if your game. Bring it. Bring it because you've still got energy. You've got creative ideas. You've got things that you'd like to do. And they're reminding you that, you know, there have been those times over the years that, you know, you say to yourself, you know, one of these days when I get time, I'm going to fill in the blank. And they're saying it's time to join. They're saying it's time to join those groups. Oh, you can take a class. They're talking about like signing up for a class if you have a community college or university in your town or near you, or even online. A lot of them offer, especially the community colleges, offer like next to nothing for tuition to take a class. So keep your brain active. They're saying keep those wheels turning. So yeah, thank you. Good question. I hope you understand that answer. I hope it makes sense. Lois Teresa, hello. Glad to see you. Pamela, the outpouring is here for you, dear. I hope you see that. Congratulations, Seascape, on your retirement. This is the truth. Nuvo says, is my deceased husband Tony around anymore? I don't feel him like I used to. Does he have any messages for me? Let's see if we can bring Tony in. Oh. So what's really interesting is as Tony comes into my space, I don't know if you're familiar with like when you come in or out of a big hotel or sometimes a big mall, they have those spinning compartmentalized wheel type entrances where you can like go into the hotel with your luggage and kind of go around in a circle to go into the lobby and then also to leave. He's kind of drifting in through one of those kind of doors. Um, and his messages look under the hood. I'm hearing, look under the hood. Are you talking about the car or are you talking about something else? Well, he thinks that's funny, but he's talking about, he's talking about looking into the checkbook. He's talking about looking at all of those auto pays. And he also wants me to let you know that he is there, that he's shifting as he learns and adjusts and, has different things going on in spirit, because they do have stuff going on in the spirit world. They also go back and learn more about their evolution and learn more about what they can do to help others in spirit and to help us here. They're not just, drinking beer and eating barbecue. It's not like that for them. They have stuff happening. But what he's saying is he's coming through in a slightly different way than what he was before, whereas you could definitely like feel his presence. What he's trying to do now is more emotional and through your upper chakra connect with you, as opposed to the clairsentient, being able to almost like feel his energy. Not that he can't still come through that way, but he is evolving in the way that he's trying to connect with you. Oh, and he's also saying that you are getting back into settling into a new normal and getting a routine going. And you're in a different stage of your grief with his passing than what you were before. And so he's also slipping into, his new normal on the spirit realm. And so there's just, it's just the nature of things to shift and change. So this is a really good message for everyone. If you've lost someone, or even if you've lost an animal, it really is applicable. Sometimes we see them in our mind's eye, or we think we see them out of the corner of our eye, in the room with us. And those little messages, those signs, those songs we hear on the radio, those are also signs. But they will come through like with messages like that, like things that we hear, things that we see, and then they may shift into something that we feel or something that reminds us of them. Or like what was said a little while ago, they'll come in working with somebody who is still here in the 3D, like that past dog was working with the current animal to inspire and remind mom of when that dog was here. I think that was Basil. Anyway, it's the same kind of thing. So try to open yourself and open all your senses. And it never, ever hurts to ask them, especially if he's trying to shift into doing, working with you through your upper chakra. Ask if you can astral travel to meet in your dreams. Ask if he can come and see you in your dreams. And just say that and ask for that of your guides and of him as you're getting ready for bed in the evening. And it may not happen the very first time. It's not like a convenience store, but if you continue to ask, it will manifest. So thank you, Anubo. I hope that helps. Seascape says, thank you. I woke up and said, why am I still here after 24 years? At Pamela Bryant. I'm not sure if I caught all of that one, but you're just getting tons of condolences, Pamela. Our hearts go out to you, dear. And MW says that makes sense about the dog Zeke. Okay, good. Glad to know that. Christina says, hi, Donna. Do my guides or angels have any guidance on direction for career or my small business? Am I on the right track, or should I make a change in direction? Ooh, let's see. You're getting a heartstring. They're telling you to pull on the heartstrings with your business. If you want to, with something new, I don't know if this is something that you're thinking about branching into, something new you're offering with your business, but tap into their heartstrings of your customers, if that makes sense. I remember um, memorial things, like even for Pamela, a memorial something that she could have made to remind her of Chaz. That might be something cool to add to your offerings with your business. Let's see what they're saying, what else they're saying. There, you are on the right path. Just like this is like the the dog days of summer, they're saying. It's like the dog days of summer. Doldrums, I'm hearing doldrums, like, yeah, so get ready, it's going to pick up, it's going to get busy. Take this time to recharge and reorganize. This looks like something, maybe this is metaphorical, but they're talking about sorting and putting on shelves and things like that. Also, I'm seeing lots of, like seeing a computer screen dragging and dropping. So this is marketing, reorganize. So I hope that helps, Christina, and good luck with everything. Hi, Pamela. I will see if we can bring Chaz in, but I'd like to talk just for a minute about how things go with them based on my experience in private readings. When they cross over, they do stay with you for the first little bit. They want to make sure that you're going to be okay. They understand about grief. They don't look at crossing over the same way we do, because when they cross over, there's part of our soul, not all of our soul self comes into this 3D body. There's part of our soul up there in spirit to greet them, so they still have your essence and your presence with them, and they're just expanding and going back into their true self and into their true form. They've already mastered unconditional love, and that's part of why they're here to work with us. So he feels like he was here to work with you. And there's this element of, again, I'm coming back to this, don't beat yourself up, that you're your own worst critic. I don't want to get too personal here in a group setting, and maybe this would be a good opportunity to talk about the fact that I do private readings for an hour, and we go into a lot more detail about what your animal soul lesson, what they came to work on with you during the time that they were here with you. But he's saying he's good, Mom. I'm feeling like I'm taking a deep breath. Like, I don't know if he had trouble breathing before he crossed, but like I'm good. Like, that's the way it's coming through. And he's going to get to rest and recharge and take some time to kind of get acquainted with being in spirit form again. But he's still there, still ready when you're past the worst of the grief and you're ready to work together again. He's ready to continue being there with you, just in spirit. And again, we can talk to our animals when we get ready to go to sleep at night, just like we can people that we want to have visitations from, or dream about, or ask for signs from. But you can ask them to send you signs. He's ready. He says he's just learning to, like, manipulate energy, if you will, like make a light flicker, or that kind of thing, in the 3D. But he is coming back in. And I feel like with him, it's like feeling something like across my back, that you can feel, like feel his energy, as if you were like back to back, like this, like he's got your back, you had his back, so you guys are back to back. I hope you can feel that. I hope that makes sense for you, Pamela. But his time with you was like, he's showing me like a sunrise after a really dark night. That's how he feels about his time with you, that it was just like coming from a dark place into the light when he came to be with you. So I don't know if you had him since he was a puppy and that was his whole life, that he felt like that every day a new beginning, or if he had a past before you got him, but that's his message. And there's so much love. So blessings to you, and condolences again. Thank you for the question. Hi, Vivian. Nice to see you. Seascape is so relating. Vivian has a question. Let's see. What message do my guides want me to know now, please? Thank you. That's kind of a big one. They could probably talk for hours and days if we let them, like, okay, let's see. Let's see if we can bring that in, dial that into like right now, this minute. What would they like you to focus on? What else you need to know today? Got my cards working here. Breathe. You see this meditative stance? And if you look into the heart of this being, you can see the higher self right there, the guidance, the oracle inside of her. So they're asking you to tap into them more. Breathe, go within. See how things feel. Like if you're contemplating doing something, sort of like Christina was contemplating whether she should do something different with her career and her business, put that idea on, try it on, imagine what it would feel like to be living in that life with that choice. And just kind of see how it feels, and if it's icky, or if it's heavy, or if it doesn't excite you or bring you joy, that's probably an indication that that's not what you need to be doing or thinking about. So you can apply that to perspective on life, shifting in your energy, whether to do something or not do something. But right now they want you to go within and focus on breathing. Just know I have this thing, when I get spun up and I'm not sure which direction to go, I do a reset with myself where I take a deep breath and I know that right now, this minute, I'm okay. Sort of like I started to go off on a little bit of a rant at the beginning of this live, and then I have to reparent myself and talk myself back from the ledge, like we all do, right? Right now, this minute, we are okay, and you are too, Vivian. Um, remember that, and remember them. And the more you tap into them, the more you ask for their guidance and look for the signs and try on the feelings of what you're considering, the more they will respond. And your feelings will become not so subtle. You'll get to a point where you'll even be able to discern between the energy of which one of these guides it is, or if it's an angel, because they do feel different. And after a while of tapping into them, you'll be able to tell the difference. So I hope that helps. I think that message was for me too. So thank you very much for your question. Let's breathe together. Yeah. Pamela said this white dog went out licking a peanut butter and chocolate sundae. Oh my goodness. That's a high note if ever I heard one, Pamela. You're a sweet dog mom. Thanks for sharing that. Karen S. says, my client has a beagle Birdie who was a puppy mill dog, then abused by former owner. Oh my God. She barks whenever anyone walks around the house except his mama. She barks his mama, her mama. Okay. Any insight on how to help her anxiety? Thank you. So as I connect into Birdie, I don't know when you say your client, I don't know if you're also an animal communicator or if you do energy work or what, but I don't want you to think I'm poaching on your client, but I just am tapping into Birdie. So there was a lot of like not noise and quiet, and it was there wasn't a lot of human interaction when she was, you know, in the puppy mill, and it was mostly like life in a crate, and it was pretty lonely with the exception of the other dogs. And but the bottom line is it wasn't super loud. But then when she went to the next place, it was super loud, and there was a lot of yelling. It's like just, you know, that kind of please was just too much and overwhelming. And that any kind of rescue dog can feel overwhelmed by change. But that dog responded to all of that noise and all of that boisterous, loud talking noise with shrinking into herself, which displeased them, and might have led to some of her abuse. I don't know the particulars, but this is what it feels like. And so for Birdie, calm, quiet would help. Having a place where she can go. I don't know if she has a crate. She's obviously had experience with crate, may not want anything to do with them, but a bed or a place that's certainly hers where she can go and just be allowed to go be quiet. And to, she's saying, don't come at her to pet her like this with your hand down toward her body. That's scary, for obvious reasons, because you want to come open-handed and scoop down and allow them, you know, to sniff your hand and then nuzzle, you know, snuggle their muzzle, you know, rub their face. Then you can run your hand around, but just on their terms. You know what I'm saying? Just bend down and get to their level and do it that way. That is the cutest cat in your profile picture, I have to say, Karen. I love that cat. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that is a really cool cat. Anyway, I hope that helps. The peace and the quiet. And there's also, I've mentioned this before, there is a YouTube channel. If your client can turn on YouTube and cast it to their TV or just turn on their laptop and let it go. But there's a YouTube channel called Merlin's Realms. It's not the only one out there for dogs, but it's the one that my dogs seem to respond to the most. And they have music for anxiety. And so if your client has to go to work, for example, or be gone for some period of time, you can turn this music on and it plays a hertz of music like solfeggio frequencies that's very calming for the anxious dog. But they have it for anxiety. They have, like if you want them to take a nap, you know, you can play for sleep and you can play them. Some of those tapes are like at 10 hours, 11 hours long. So they'll just keep playing while you're gone. And that does seem to help my dogs. I know post-COVID, when we started getting back out in the world again, my dogs had kind of glommed onto me, you know, since we were home together a lot. And this older one, especially right here back on the bed, started developing some separation anxiety. And so we still play the calming music. He's also getting older, and I think his body and his system is starting to go through some changes, and he's lost some of his hearing. So if that's the case, you know, with Birdie, who might have some hearing loss as well, which means that loud noises are even more scary because they seemingly come out of nowhere. You know, this is the kind of thing that might be helpful, is some sound therapy. So I hope that helps, Karen S. Thank you for the question. Pure Joy LN with the cute dog. Hi, Donna. Thought my 14-year-old dog Izzy's eating issues were resolved. Changed kibble and topper. Then she threw up a couple times. She's done well with boiled food. Is she feeling completely better now? Let me tap into Izzy. As she comes in, she's still feeling just a little bit gnarly, and it's not all the time, but just from time to time. I'm not sure if you feed once a day or twice a day, but if you're on a 24-hour feeding cycle, it might be good to go to 12 and 12, like 7 in the morning, 7 at night, 8 in the morning, 8 at night, whatever works good with your schedule. And that way the acids in their stomach don't have a chance to build up as their stomach gets empty and is ready before the next meal time comes, if that makes sense. Might also, oh, my guides are saying you might also want to go to maybe a little more often as her stomach lining settles and her intestinal digestive tract kind of settles and gets past this sort of raw acidy, getting past that and allowing the tissues to rebuild and strengthen again. And yeah, the lining to heal. So you may want to even consider, if you're feeding once a day, feed 3 times a day, or feed, just a little smaller meals, but a little more often so their tummy doesn't get empty, if that makes sense. And yeah, smaller portions. Yeah, she does like your food. Whatever you've done to change, she does like it. Thank you for the question, Pure Joy LN. And Pamela says, thank you, everyone, by the way. Anja, hi Donna. I'd love an update on my black boy kitty after changing his diet. Diagnosed with beginning to moderate kidney disease last month. Ah, okay. Wow. Okay, let's see. Just got. Well, unlike Izzy, the last one who does like the diet change, this boy is not so happy about the diet change. It just doesn't have the same flavor. And I'm just getting this kind of kind of out of the mouth. He'll eat it, but he also says that he's not getting the same treats that he was getting. Not fair. Hearing not fair. Okay, but how's your tummy? So things, when I feel into his body, his system does feel like it's rocking along and things are going better. It's not so difficult for the kidneys to function now. So that's really good. And it's sometimes like when we have to go on a salt-free diet or something because of our health problems, or, we have to give up sugar, God forbid, you just get grumpy for a while. You kind of go through a withdrawal and get used to your new normal with your food too. So, Black Kitty's not thrilled, but Black Kitty's okay. And his body feels much better. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Anja, for the question. Seascape, thank you so much. Please hit my like button. Yeah. I appreciate it if you like these readings, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It helps the algorithm. Helps me know that I'm making a difference. I do want to be here for y'all, and everybody likes to think that they make a difference. So thank you for the likes. May Enstedt says, "Hi, Donna. I would like to know if my father or mom have any messages for me. Dealing with breast cancer. Never knew it to be in the family. Thankfully, it was caught real early." Yes, that is good. Thank you so much. Let's check in May and see. Clearing my field. Animals are leaving. Okay. So your folks are coming in together? And I feel like this is something important for you to know, that they're coming in with their arms, like their arms around each other. Okay, so arms around each other, more like this. Stand corrected. That there is some disharmony in your life going on right now, within the family, it feels like, or somebody who feels like family. And they're suggesting that you bring the olive branch and you look for the positive, something of which on which to bridge the gap and reestablish harmony. Okay, and you can also ask for guidance and ask Archangel Shamuel to help with peace and harmony. You know, Archangel Raguel is also good for peace and harmony and restoring relationships. So you can talk to those angels. If this is a romance or, an intimate relationship, your love relationship, significant other, there's disharmony, you can also ask Archangel Raphael along with your guides and your regular angels to help too. Archangel Raphael, we tend to look at as the healing angel, for healing and things of that sort, but he's also the romance angel. And he's also the archangel of travel. So if anybody's getting ready to go on a trip, but they want you to be the one to see what they've done with their harmony on the other side. All is good over there, and look to reestablish harmony wherever you can, wherever this disharmony is. I hope that makes sense, May. And of course, they send you their love like this. Thank you. Lauren says, "Hi, everyone." Hi, Lauren. Decan has something going on here. Hello, Vistana. Do my spirit guides have a message for me? And we just found out my son's Yorkie Jimmy, that his mom and dad are sister and brother. Ooh. I'm worrying about Jimmy turning and attacking my little Onyx. I feel like I've tapped into Jimmy before. His energy feels familiar. As I feel into Jimmy's body, I'm not sensing like a confused state of mind or anything like that with him. And he likes, when it comes to Onyx, he's just sort of like bumping Onyx with a leg or a paw, just sort of like almost like you would elbow a person, but it's just playing. But there's no ill feelings on his part toward Onyx. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. And I know it's not recommended, obviously, for a brother and sister to mate, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a problem with the puppies. So we'll be believing for the positive. Thank you for the question, Decan. I hope that helps. Roseanne Giannotti. Hi, Donna. Please send guidance. I have been overwhelmed the past few months with a big project. I hope all will turn out. The projected completion is the end of June. Hallelujah. Thank you. Anything I need to do? Let's see. Your guides are saying, like, Don't let yourself run out of steam. It's like, just keep going through the motions. This is becoming like you're almost there. Don't cut corners. This is going to involve some recognition for you, for whatever it is that you complete and what you're doing. Let's see what the cards say. I'm not familiar with this card. How about that? But I'm getting why for you. And the book has wings on it. So this is a really intriguing card. Let's see what this has to do with your project. The cool thing about these cards is that they can speak specifically to prosperity and work situations. Motives driving the intention, the power of knowing the why. So that's what it's about. We don't always know why we do the things we do or why this is necessary, but it's time to recognize whether you're being triggered by someone else or if this is motivated from something in your past or past life. But what it says, knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. So it's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by a need to make money? By a need to acquire things? Or do you want to save for the future? Or do you want to do all of those things? No motive is good or bad, but having hidden agendas from yourself is going to lead to disappointment and set yourself back. So be clear about why you want to do the things you want to do. And then accept what's true about yourself, no matter what your answers are. Because your souls don't really care. They don't define anything as good or bad. We do that. They just want you to have experiences, and they love any kind of experience that you're going to put them into. Your soul's all about giving you reasons and giving you experiences that you can grow and learn from. So this one is going to bring, I feel, a recognition and almost like you feel when you graduate from school or when you complete a certification in a course. It's going to have that kind of feeling behind it. So just they're saying just keep on keeping on. It's like your guides are. So you're doing really well with it. It's not going without notice, they're saying. So I hope that helps. If it's something that you're doing for yourself, be sure you give yourself props too. Thank you for the question. Gosh, you are getting so much love and buckets of condolences and really wonderful wishes, Pamela. I hope that's helping you. Decan says, Jimmy is still peeing everywhere. Can you please ask him to stop? Jimmy is responding to something. And this is his way of bringing whoever's taking care of him, be it you or be it his dad, back into the present moment. So what is it that's going on with whoever's taking care of him when he's doing this? Be it you or be it your son, that's not being addressed, that's not being looked at, because it almost feels like it's like an external stimulus, and he's responding to it out of anxiety and fear. So he's either modeling to come back to the present moment or mirroring that anxiety and fear that somebody's feeling by peeing. Again, calm and quiet is always helpful, and praise when he does go outside. And I'm not feeling anything in my body right now that feels like he might have something going on medically. But if it just started and it doesn't stop, it might be a good idea to have him looked at by a vet, because not all dogs have the pain associated with the UTI that we humans do. So there's always that possibility that something's going on medically, Decan. Thank you. Sharon Sipe, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're here. It's so good to see your voice, your name. I see you on other channels and stuff, and I listen in, and it's really good to have you here. Thanks. And I appreciate your prayers and your big hugs to everybody who's here. And happy birthday to everyone this month. Yeah. I just did a video, just posted a video that we did on May birthstones. And there are some really cool alternatives to emerald, which is also amazing gemstone unto itself. But this year I'm doing this focus on, something outside the box, something from another culture or from another time. The birthstones that we go by now have really only been around since like the 40s and 50s. Before that, there were other birthstones. And so I just bring your attention to those. But there are some really cool ones out there. Some green agate, moss agate, epidote. I showed that. Green tourmaline is an amazingly beautiful stone, deep, deep green. So that's a really fun alternative stone. For those of you who have a birthday in May and want to do something nice for yourself, birthstone jewelry and wearing your birthstone jewelry helps to strengthen the things associated with your sign. So if that helps anybody. Thank you, Sharon. Venus says, thank you, Donna and guides. Yes, this is a big boulder holding me back from many good things. Can't wait to be free of it. Well, I can't wait for you to be free of it too. And I hope you don't have to work 3 jobs much longer. I had to go through a period in my life after my last divorce when I got stuck with everything, and I had to do that for a couple of years. And then I was doing 2 jobs for a couple of years, and then finally down to 1. I'm glad that's in my rearview mirror. But anyway, I hope it will be soon for you as well. Sharon says, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you liking the video and liking the channel. Yeah. I'm glad you're feeling that love and feeling the hugs, family, even if it is just for a bit. It's nice to know people do care. And you are thought of and loved here. Chaz is sending it to you too. Lots of hellos back and forth. I love this. Little Guy Noir, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Sherry, thank you. Donna, Basil passed in 2009. So it's interesting, the contact with my corgi Loki, who is going to be 7. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow. Yeah, me too. We have a session lined up. This is going to be fun. Thank you. Angela C. says, thank you so much. I'm right there with you. I'm going to shift some money around this week. Good. If you can, do it. You can stop the bleeding. Gosh, I just love this community. This is awesome. Seascape says, I do have a community college down the street. No charge for seniors, right on. And boy, there's some fun classes too that you can take. My one of my girlfriends is taking a pottery class, and learning to throw clay, and a painting class, and she's also doing a creative writing class. So she's staying pretty busy in her neighborhood. Maria Kelly says, hi, Sharon. And Gina M., what are my next steps for me in terms of a job to earn more / extra income? And is Rick good for me? Thanks, Donna. Glad I caught you today. Whew. Glad you caught me too. Glad I caught you. In terms of a job. Let's see what the cards say. Could be that message in a bottle that was for everybody in the beginning. Be open to new opportunities, however they might present themselves. And all that glitters So if you're thinking about making a job change, this card is here to warn you that, it may look like the greatest thing since sliced bread and it may be more money, but it may also come with a lot more stress or political goings on within that company, or volatility. So all that glitters is not necessarily gold, according to the guides, when you're looking for something in terms of a job. Hold on a second. I had a jumper card come out that time. Chaos and conflict. So it kind of underscores, there's a trade-off. In this particular case, if there's one that you're considering already, I'd give it a lot of thought, because it's looks like it's going to have its own set of challenges to deal with. Okay, let's see what your guides have to say. Well, this Rick guy is going to be good for you, but perhaps not in the way that you think. That this is going to be an exercise in boundaries and honoring and respecting what you need in the relationship, as much as you try to honor and respect what he needs in the relationship. But what they're saying is he's kind of like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He's not really sure where he stands. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but he's kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Maybe not quite as serious, I should say. So thank you for the question, Gina. I hope you're still here. I just realized it's after the hour, for crying out loud. Here we go. Gina says, hi, Karen. Oh, there's just everybody saying hi. Oh, it looks like that's just about all that I'm going to be able to do today. So much understanding and love going on in this chat between all of you guys. Christina says, this was all helpful. I was thinking I might need to consider the corporate direction again. It does help. I will continue. Okay. Yeah. Gosh, some of this compassion and love between you guys is really heartwarming. Thank you for all you do for each other. And Spirit Triber, I'm sorry that we've run out of time. I'm not able to get a message for your mom. But y'all, I will be with Terry Renner at Holding Your Space this Thursday at noon, my time. Or maybe it's 11 my time. I'll get back to you on that and I'll do a post. But I will be with Terry Renner at Holding Your Space this Thursday, and we will be doing readings. So if I wasn't able to get to you today, you can tune in then, and I'll be posting another live here on this channel for you guys to come back. So thank you so much for being here. I love y'all, and I hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye for now. Know that you're loved.